Look at human bodies. Some people are tall and lean, with long arms and long legs. Some are short and compact, built low and solid. Some are broad through the shoulders, some narrow through the hips. Some carry more muscle, some carry more softness. Some seem to be built like runners and others like wrestlers. At first, this seems like just a cosmetic difference, a matter of looks. But the body is not decoration. It is the machine you live inside, the thing that has to walk, run, lift, stay warm, stay cool, and survive. So, why did humans end up with so many different body shapes? Was it random? Was it climate? Was it food? Was it strength? Or is the human body hiding a much older evolutionary story? Before asking why one body became tall and lean and another became short and stocky, we need to ask a stranger question. Why is there more than one human shape at all? If there were one perfect way to build a body, evolution might have pushed everyone toward it. Instead, we got variation. A lot of it. To understand why, you have to stop thinking of the body as a portrait and start thinking of it as a problem being solved. Here is the first clue, and it has almost nothing to do with appearance. It has to do with heat. The human body is constantly producing warmth, and it constantly has to manage that warmth, either holding onto it or letting it escape. The way a body releases or keeps heat depends partly on its shape, specifically on the relationship between its surface and its volume. A long, thin shape has more surface area for its size, so it can shed heat more easily. A compact, rounded shape has less surface for its size, so it holds heat better. This is true of almost any object, and it is true of bodies too. Now, picture two very different worlds. In one, the sun is brutal and the air is hot, and the main danger is overheating. In the other, the wind is freezing and the main danger is losing too much warmth. A body that is good in one of those worlds might struggle in the other. And over thousands of years, in populations living in those extremes, body shape seems to have drifted in different directions. In very cold environments, more compact builds appear more often. Shorter limbs, broader trunks, bodies that conserve heat by reducing how much surface is exposed. In very hot environments, especially hot and open ones, taller and more linear builds appear more often. Longer arms and legs, narrower frames, bodies that can release heat across more surface and stay cooler while moving. This is part of why some peoples native to the hottest parts of the world tend toward tall, long-limbed builds, while some peoples native to the coldest regions tend toward shorter, stockier ones. The shape was never about beauty. It may have been about survival in a specific kind of weather. That is a powerful idea. The same body shape that today gets treated as a body type, a fitness category, or a fashion standard may have once been part of staying alive. Imagine an ancestor crossing open, sun-scorched land for hours, or another huddled through a long, freezing winter. The shape of the body could change how much heat was gained or lost. A small difference, repeated over many generations, can become a pattern. But this is where we have to be careful. Body shape is not a simple climate map. You cannot look at one person's build and read off their ancestry, their homeland, or their history. Evolution is never that clean. Human groups moved, mixed, split apart, and met again. Some traits spread because they were useful. Some changed because of chance. Some became common because a small group carried them into a new land, and some may have been shaped by what people found attractive, healthy-looking, or familiar. So, climate may be part of the story, but it is not the whole story. Take height. It is one of the most visible features of the body, and it is shaped by a tangle of forces at once. Hundreds of tiny genetic differences nudge a person taller or shorter, but genes are only part of it. Nutrition matters enormously. The same population can grow noticeably taller in just a few generations when food becomes more plentiful, even though their genes barely changed. Childhood health, disease, and stress all leave marks on the body that has time to grow. So a tall body is not simply a tall set of genes. It is genes meeting a childhood, meeting an environment, meeting a moment in history. The same goes for everything else. How muscular a body becomes, where it stores fat, how broad the shoulders or wide the hips, how dense the bones, all of it sits at the crossroads of inheritance, hormones, age, activity, and the world a person grows up in. Two siblings can have very different builds. A body can change shape across a lifetime. Puberty rewrites it. Aging rewrites it again. The same person can look different depending on how they live, what they eat, how they move, and how their hormones shift over the years. The body is not a fixed statue. It is a living thing that keeps responding. Now we can finally go beneath the skin. A body shape is not one thing. It is the sum of many systems layered together. There is the skeleton, the frame that sets the basic proportions, the length of the limbs, the width of the frame. There is muscle, which builds or thins depending on use, hormones, and genetics. There is fat, which the body places in different patterns in different people. There is the way all of this grows during development, guided by signals that switch on and off at different times. Change any of these even slightly, and the whole shape shifts. There is no single switch that makes a body tall or short, broad or narrow, lean or soft. There is no one magic body type gene. Body shape is influenced by many genes, many hormones, and many years of growth, all interacting. This is why the neat categories people love to use are only half true. You have probably heard bodies sorted into a few tidy types, the lean type, the muscular type, the rounder type, as if everyone fits into one of a handful of boxes. Those labels can be useful for talking about bodies, but biology does not respect neat labels. Real bodies fall along a wide spectrum, not into separate bins. Most people are a blend, and the same person can move along that spectrum across their life. The boxes are a way of describing something that is really a continuous range of human shape. So, when we ask why humans have different body types, the answer is not just one thing. It is not simply the sun. It is not simply the cold. It is not simply genes or food or ancestry. It is all of these forces interacting across thousands of years and across a single lifetime. And the body, like hair, is also deeply cultural. Long before gyms and diet plans, humans were judging, admiring, and shaping the way bodies looked. What counted as a strong body, a beautiful body, a healthy body, or a high-status body changed from place to place and from century to century. A shape admired in one time and culture could be ignored or reversed in another. Bodies signaled work, wealth, fertility, power, age, belonging. The biological story became a social story. Something that may have begun as a way to survive heat or cold became one of the most watched and judged parts of human identity. And maybe that is why the body feels so personal. It is not just a frame carrying you around. It is something people recognize themselves through, something others notice instantly, something shaped by ancestors you will never meet, and by a life you are still living. The more closely you look at it, the less ordinary it becomes. A human body can seem like a simple shape, but behind it are bones, muscles, hormones, heat, sunlight, cold, food, movement, migration, and thousands of generations of human life. So, the human body is not random. It is a record. A record of climate, sunlight, cold, hunger, plenty, migration, genetics, chance, and culture. The reason humans have different body types is not because nature built one correct version and a pile of mistakes. It is because the same human body traveled through different worlds, carried different histories, and solved different problems in different ways. Tall bodies, short bodies, broad bodies, lean bodies, they are not just shapes, and they are not just styles. They are different versions of an ancient story, still being written, walking around inside every one of us.